Hey everyone, so today is going to be a little bit of a different video. Someone requested that I do how I breed my crickets and how I house them, so here it is. I recently lost all of my bred crickets. I accidentally mixed store-bought ones with my homebred ones and they got some sort of disease and they all died. So I just have my currently hatching ones, and then probably a couple thousand new babies coming along, so that's exciting. But right now I'm breeding not the brown crickets that you would buy at like PetSmart or something, but like the wild type crickets. So like these. Ugh. Big guys. You know, like the ones that you would find out, well, at least in California, outside. They have like the two bands on them, and the females do not have wings and the males do, but they're very small. And I prefer this breed of cricket better because they're smaller and they're not as loud, I guess, when they chirp. So that's the upside to it. But let's get going on the stuff you're going to need. So I made a little checklist. You're going to need a storage container of any size. I chose this big size. I just like the size of it. This is my arm. It's not my arm. This is my arm. It's not that big. Probably 18 by 12, I want to say. And then you're going to need, definitely, if you keep any crickets, you're going to need egg crate. This is not egg crate, but it's the same material. Egg crate. There's a lot of them under there. This type of egg crate, or like the actual crate that the eggs come in. Either one works. You're going to need an egg laying substrate if you're going to be breeding. And for that, for that I use Eco Earth. I got a lot when I was setting up my step runners a long time ago, and it works really, really great. It's just like dirt, and I just spray it down and it holds moisture pretty good. You're going to need food and water for your crickets. For me, I make my own food, and this is kind of a dehydrated little stubby thing of what I make, but they're about this big, this by this, and it's just tons of vegetables, carrots, lettuce, apples. I put oats in there. If you guys know Mike Taitula's channel, I don't quite remember his name, but look up, if you just look up any, or even on Google, cricket food, it's really easy to make, and there's plenty of tutorials out there. So it's really, really easy to make. You just blend it up and put it in a blender, blend it up, and you put it in ice cube trays, and then you freeze them, and then you put them in a bag after you take them out of the ice cube trays, and then just plop one down. Depending on how fast they eat them, you just keep replacing it. And then I feed lettuce because I like lettuce, and they like it too. It's a good source of water. I don't give my crickets water. Because I spray down the with this. I spray down the egg laying substrate, Eco Earth, to keep it moist. Like this one's really, really dark, and you can see those are a little bit lighter, so that the eggs don't dry out, because if they dry out, they'll die. And for me, I just use an office lamp because it gives off a little bit of heat, and when I'm trying to hatch the eggs, I'll bring it down and like put it lower like that, but those are almost all hatched, and it's really not necessary as long as you have some sort of light and your room isn't, and the room that the crickets are in are not it's not below like 70 degrees, and if it is, just get 2 lights. It's not really that important. Some people might say it will be, but for me, I've had success just by using light. And then for your crickets, when I first started breeding, I only got 30 from like PetSmart, and that's a good way to start if you're just starting out. There's some baby crickets in here too, but you can't really see them. It's a good way to start out. If you just want to have a little small breeding project just to see if you can do it at first. There's a big female right there. Here, I'll show you really quick. Let me put this down. Oh, God, it's so blurry. This is a female. Do you see the ovipositor? The long thing in the back here? And this is a male. You can also look it up on the internet. I know that was not the best shot, but, let's see. That's a male, 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 3 males. God, it's so blurry. I'm sorry. 2 females and a male. Yeah, you can look up, this is a good, there's actually a dead one right here that probably would give a good example. The long thing in the back there, that's a female. It's an ovipositor, and that's what they use to stick into the substrate, and that's how they lay their eggs. So for me, I recently went to the store, my pet store, and I got 100 of these guys. And because I fed some off to my step runners as well, and I kind of just tossed them in here and didn't really, like, nonchalantly just fed them. And I just lifted up these egg crates and I realized, like, wow, I actually have a lot of these crickets. And I'm gonna have a lot of babies, which is fine. It's kind of exciting. So yeah, don't mix homebred crickets with your store-bought crickets because you can spread diseases, and like me, I think I accidentally did that and I lost all like 3,000 of mine within a couple weeks. No, within like a couple days to a whole week. And then, so once you've bred all of them, I usually take these out and put them in a separate clean container with a light on top so that they just hatch. And then once they start hatching, they're really, really, really tiny, probably like the size of ants. You can barely see them, and I just toss in either lettuce or you can toss in oats or the store-bought cricket food like you buy at PetSmart and stuff. And then I clean things out with a lemon oil, like homemade lemon oil cleaner, but you can use vinegar and water solution. And then a really, really important thing that I'm not doing here is, at the moment I'm not doing, is clean out any dead crickets that there are, because the dead crickets give off a gas, not noticeable to us, but it can kill the other crickets. It makes them like probably sick and die. So if you start having crickets die within like big numbers, really try and take those out as fast as you can. And if they're just dying in the hundreds, I just would just let them die or feed them off to your lizards really fast, because it's not worth trying to trying to keep them going to breed, because chances are they're not going to breed if they're dying. Like I said, it's pretty simple. So you got your container, you got your 30 to 100 crickets, got your egg crate, you got your lettuce, you got your food, you got whatever amount of containers you want with your egg laying substrate. You got your separate container for your babies that hatch. As you can hear them chirping, only the males chirp, and with this breed of cricket, only the males have wings. So what I've noticed is, and you can probably find this on the internet too, it's probably really scientific, is that the females that I've had are pregnant for like less than a week to a week, and then I notice like them laying eggs and stuff. If you go and get you have to get large crickets because those are the ones that are adults. If you go and get large crickets from your pet store or whatever, chances are they've already bred, and you want to as soon as possible get a egg laying thing in there, because when I got these guys, the females swarmed over to they were even laying eggs in the lettuce. They like were so full of them, they just had to pump them into the thing. And then they calmed down after a few days, and now they're breeding again. And then the eggs hatch within like 2 to 3 weeks. I think they hatch. And then it's funny because you never really know. You never really know how many eggs there really are. But in this thing, like, all of these babies. All of these babies. Holy crap, all of these babies. Just like thousands and thousands of babies will just come out of the woodworking of this. They'll come out of the substrate. Just so many freaking baby crickets. That's why I suggest you only get 30 in the beginning, because it can be a little overwhelming when you're just like, oh, let me check how many I have. Oh crap, like, what am I gonna do with all these? But and really just try to always keep the substrate damp. Insects are wild. You know, every insect is wild. Can't tame insects. You know, they know what to do. They know how to breed. They know how to lay their eggs. If you just provide for them and give them the proper things and the proper nutrients, they're just going to flourish and lay eggs, and you're going to have free food for your reptiles. And that's about it. It's really simple, really easy, really cheap. And I enjoy it. The crickets, it sounds like you're in the woods. It's not too loud, and it's rewarding. So yeah, I would really recommend it to anyone. Really quick, I'm going to be getting some step worms this weekend. I don't know if I already mentioned that, but yeah, this is their cage currently, and has lots of renovations, as usual. But they're doing good. They're hiding right now, but they're doing really great. So thanks for watching, and I'm sorry that it was a little long and lengthy. I just wanted to kind of cover everything. And I hope you guys have a great weekend and rest of the week, and I'll see you next time.